Alright guys, today I'll be giving you my top 10 first drops I've experienced on coasters. Now this will not be including top hats, but I really don't think any top hats would crack this list anyways. So with that being said, let's get right into this list. Coming in at number 10 is Twisted Cyclone. This has definitely one of the strongest RMC first drops, and it is easily the best part of the ride. To start off, you've got a really strong ejector pop. It's not very sustained, as this is definitely one of the shortest RMCs, but it's still really powerful. And the main thing about this drop that's amazing is that lateral kink halfway down. You have good ejector, and then out of nowhere you get thrown to the right. This is definitely an element you don't want to sleep on. Coming in at number 9 is Orion's first drop. I do think this is the best of the Giga drops. I like this more than Fury and Leviathan's, mainly because it feels a bit more powerful. It's equally as sustained, it does feel eternal, you're just falling forever, but I do think it has a bit more oomph. You definitely get ejector on this. It's weak ejector, but it's still ejector. It's still powerful enough to make this list, especially given how sustained and eternal this drop is. Coming in at number 8 is the other Giga drop on this list, and this is Pantherian's. It's not quite as sustained as Orion's, but I absolutely love the power of this first drop. This is definitely the most powerful of the Giga drops. It has strong ejector, and I know the restraints aren't exactly ideal for a powerful first drop like this, but you could still definitely feel it through your shoulder straps. Overall, this is definitely one to not sleep on, as it's a pretty underrated drop in my opinion. Coming in at number 7 is Iron Gwazi's first drop, the second best first drop by RMC. It's really fun. You've got amazing ejector on this one. It's definitely sustained, and the weird thing about this drop is you can feel that it's beyond vertical. Despite it being 91 degrees, it feels like it's beyond vertical, which doesn't really make sense that 1 degree makes that big of a difference, but it really does feel that much stronger than Steel Vengeance's first drop. Coming in at number 6, being my favorite RMC first drop I've done, is Lightning Rod. It's got such a phenomenal first drop. Even in the front row, you get ejector because you pop up into it, but in the back, you get some great ejector. Maybe not quite as strong as Iron Gwazi's, but what really sells this first drop for me are the night rides. At night, it's like you're falling into a black abyss, just falling into the woods. I know Lightning Rod's definitely been getting some hate recently, but this drop is still elite. Coming in at number 5 is Magnum XL200. I know a lot of you might think this is a pretty floaty first drop, but let me tell you, this thing is aggressive. It sort of has a Skyrush effect where it starts as floater, but then a bit of the way down the drop, you get absolutely skyrocketed and you get strong ejector, and it is very sustained. Definitely one of the most sustained drops you'll ever find. It feels like an arrow drop, it feels janky, but I absolutely love it. Coming in at number 4 is probably the weirdest drop on this list. It's X2's. This doesn't necessarily have the strongest airtime. I'd say the airtime's floater. It feels a lot like Falcon's Fury to start, but then you flip out of it and oh my god, you get some amazing positive G's at the bottom of this thing. The flip is extremely disorienting, and I do love getting floater in that flying position. It's not necessarily the greatest thing ever, but it's still fun, and overall X2's drop is definitely something special. Coming in at number 3 is Maverick's first drop. This thing is a powerhouse. It absolutely ejects you so hard. The biggest complaint with this would be the restraints, but I don't even care. If you get room, you'll still get skyrocketed. This drop is just one of the sharpest and most powerful moments of ejector ever. It's not sustained, but you just get absolutely shocked by how strongly you are ejected out of your seat. Coming in at number 2 is El Toro's first drop. I hated putting it this low because it really does deserve the number 1 spot. It is so powerful. I think it has the power of Maverick's first drop, but it's definitely a lot more sustained, which is insanity that this drop can exist. It is mind-blowingly strong ejector that very few rides can match, and like I said, it's very sustained. You feel like you're falling for a few seconds. So overall, this is absolutely one of the all-time great first drops, but coming in at number 1 has to be Skyrush. This drop is just mental. One of the all-time great moments on any coaster. That car crash feeling is absolutely abundant. You get good ejector to start off, but then you hit the second gear, and this kink absolutely skyrockets you. There's nothing to describe how strong this kink in the middle of this drop is. It is one of the strongest airtime pops out there, and that is why Skyrush has the best first drop I've experienced. So let me know what your guys' top 10 first drops are. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.